In the suffocating silence of the forest floor, a falling giant rests to the naked eye. This rotting oak is a tomb, a crumbling monument to a life long extinguished. But within the damp, fibrous catacombs of the interior, the stag beetle moves with the weight of an ancient purpose. For here, death is merely a canvas for a new design. We look deeper now, piercing the veil of the physical. As the abdomen presses against the gray humus, a hidden gland, the Mycangium, secretes a golden fluid. It is not venom, but a living key, saturating the dry cellular walls and unlocking the nutrients trapped within the rigid lignin. The fluid sinks into the spongy fiber, a heavy, amber tide drowning the gray dust of decay. In a promise of sustenance. We descend into the architecture of the afterlife. The air here is thick, suspended in a permanent twilight, heavy with the musk of fermentation and wet earth. It is a labyrinth of soft, compressed pulp, where the mighty rings of the oak have collapsed into a chaotic mesh of cellulose and memory. The darkness presses in, broken only by the faint rhythmic vibration of the colossal body navigating the narrow tunnel. The walls of this burrow are deceptive, though soft to the touch, possessing the texture of dried meat or compressed sponge. They are chemically barren. This is the paradox of the wood borer's existence. To be surrounded by an endless ocean of material, yet drowning in a desert of malnutrition. The alchemist seeks a nursery, but the raw timber offers no comfort for the fragile life carried within. The cellulose fibers are tough, interlocking chains of sugar, locked behind an impenetrable wall of lignin. To a hatchling, this soft wood is as indigestible as granite, a fortress that refuses to yield its energy. The mandibles open, sweeping across the rough surface, testing the density of the decay with calculated precision. The guardian does not eat. The energy reserves stored from a previous metamorphosis are fading, burned away by the immense physical toll of the excavation. Every movement in this claustrophobic tunnel requires a hydraulic surge of precious fluid, a calculated expenditure of a dwindling life force. But instinct drives the mother forward. The chamber must be prepared with the methodical patience of a sculptor. Mandibles tear at the spongy walls. Dust motes dance in the stagnant air. settling on the sleek black armor that gleams like polished obsidian in the gloom. The environment is scrutinized. Is the moisture content sufficient? Is the temperature stable? The sensory palps drum against the floor, reading the microclimate with a precision that rivals modern intensive. Fatigue is irrelevant. The biological imperative overrides the exhaustion of the muscles. The excavation is complete. Now, the true work begins. The chasm between the inedible wood and the starving larvae must be bridged, not by strength, but by a delicate microscopic transfer of technology. The alchemist positions the abdomen over the shredded bed of humus. The Mycangium, a specialized pocket in the exoskeleton, has carried a precious cargo since the moment of emergence. A culture of symbiotic yeast, preserved like a holy relic for this singular moment of creation. We witness the ignition. The fluid is released, thick, viscous, and teeming with dormant life. It does not slide off the surface, it obeys the physics of spongy saturation. Drawn greedily into the capillary networks of the wood fibers, causing them to swell and expand as the liquid permeates the deep structure. The wood drinks deep, the gray fibers darkening, heavy with the sudden influx of the golden, enzymatic serum. This is the silent fire. The yeast awakens, attacking the chemical bonds of the wood with ruthless efficiency. The rigid architecture of the lignin is dismantled, molecule by molecule. The alchemist has turned the nursery into a fermentation tank, a localized factory producing a pre-digested slurry, rich in proteins and vitamins. The transformation is total under the spectral gaze of the X-ray. The dull gray lattice of the cellulose dissolves. A network of Vitalis Amber light erupts through the fibers, signaling the breakdown of complex chains into simple, absorbable sugars. The inedible stone becomes living bread. A single bubble of gas escapes the wood, popping silently, releasing the warm, sour scent of active creation. The wood softens further, turning into a nutrient-dense jelly. The guardian waits, sensing the shift in the chemical signature. The environment has been transmuted. What was once a hostile wasteland is now a banquet, waiting for the guest of honor. In the center of this alchemical garden, a single egg is laid. It is a pearl of pristine white, fragile and translucent. placed gently into the heart of the fermenting wall. The egg pulses faintly, bathed in the warmth of the reaction, secure in the knowledge that its first meal is already waiting. The cycle is secured. The larva will hatch into a world of abundance, eating its way through the softened, yeast-rich walls, growing fat on the legacy left by the mother. The alchemist retreats, her duty discharged, leaving behind a miracle of bioengineering in the dark.
The forest floor is often seen as a place of endings, where life goes to fade. But the stag beetle reveals a deeper truth, that decay is merely digestion on a planetary scale. Through her, the forest consumes itself to be born again, turning the wheel of eternity one rotation further. But the fungal network she has planted will not stop here. It spreads, connecting root to root, whispering secrets to the trees that only the soil can hear.